pop right on into the channels. One there. And one there. There you have it. You have your back on now. Before we start to center it just right, I always just slide the top on to help support it. The rail goes on the inside. If you can get a close-up of this right here, you see how the rail is on the inside. And later on that'll be quite important, because when you actually cement it, it has to be on the inside all the way together. It's actually very simple. I like doing this just to add support. You know, if you have somebody, you can always add a little masking tape or something here and here. But we want to try to keep everything nice and tight before we apply the solvent around the borders. Let's go over how we apply the solvent, and then I'll put the rest of the cage together. Before you're ready, now remember, all the paper is off of here, paper is off of here. This should be clear. You want to center the unit. If you'll find that the top and the bottom are slightly bigger than the unit. Just pretty much get it equal by eye, the distance in the front and back, and the distance on the sides. Okay? It's really that simple. You don't even need to pull out a ruler. Visually centered is fine. It's also important that everything's pushed together. These joiners that join the sides and back aren't that important once the unit's glued together. Right now they're there to hold the sides together to the back. Now when you're sure you have everything placed just the way you want it, the distance in the front, which by the way, the distance will be approximately 1/4 of an inch, maybe even 3/8 of an inch, all the way around on your sides here. Okay? Then we're going to apply solvent. Applying the solvent is extremely simple. All you do is open your amber bottle and pour it into this bottle. As I had said before, close it tight. Take the needle out. There's a new needle. Screw that on tight. And if I were you, I would practice applying solvent. What you can do is just practice on the table. All you do is run the needle along and it drips out. The solvent's totally clear. If you drip a drop or two, no one's going to know or see. It's totally clear. It's not glue. It actually melts it together. It'll be a chemical bond strong as the acrylic itself. It's safe. There's no problems. But all you have to do right now, once you're sure that everything's right where you want it, is from the outside, just apply it along the 3 edges here. The side, the back, and the 2 other side. I usually do it from the outside. I would just start here, touch the corner, just like this, but I'm doing it on the table, and just follow it along. You'll be able to see as the solvent seeps under. You don't have to move it or lift it, it just soaks right under. You just apply it all on 3 sides. It's very simple. At first it might seem a little scary, but you can't mess up. Because even if you don't do it neatly, you drip, it's totally clear, it's water. It looks like water. And there's no way you'll mess up your cage. Obviously you don't want to be spraying it all over the cage itself. Okay? Doesn't take much. You'll have plenty extra, so it's not a problem. Once the solvent has dried, give it an hour. It'll reach full strength overnight, but give it about an hour. What you need to do, and at this point it is easier with a helper, but to flip the cage over, and you're going to glue it the same way on this side, okay, which is the top. As I said, you could do it the other way and glue it on top first. The only difference with the top is after you've glued it on the 3 sides, you also could try to get a little solvent in this area here. It's not necessary. As you glue it here, it will actually capillary and seep up. Just make sure it's tight when you do it. You don't want to glue it with a space in there or anything. You want it snug and tight. Okay? What you could do is, if you're by yourself, is after it's dried for an hour or two, this is going to be set up strong now. It can't move. So now you can just take this off, flip it over, and then you could easily by yourself just flip the cage over. Because remember, now that it's glued to the bottom, it has support. You don't have to worry about it falling apart. The only thing you want to worry about after you flip it is that, see how this still moves? So when you apply solvent, make sure it's pushed in all the way. Okay? That's very important. I'm going to put the top back on just to show some things. Make sure everything's good. Feel free to give me a call anytime, or one of the people that help out. And if you have any questions on assembly or anything that isn't clear, please let us know. It'll only take a minute or two to go over on the phone some unanswered question that you have. But assuming now that you have the top and bottom glued, the unit's finished. All your film has been taken off, all the protective film. This unit is totally clear, except for these two rails. Everything you see will be crystal clear. Okay? You want to test fit it. The two things that you'll want to do to test fit it are, first, let's get the tray in there. Slides right in. Slightly lift it up to get it over the lip. And there it is. It fits in quite snug. And it's simple. Most people just lay a little newspaper on the bottom of the tray. They pull out the tray and throw the newspaper away once a day. The doors are simple. They have a film on it also. And it varies on the kind of film, but this film is grayish. When you peel the paper, it's totally white. And the unit is totally polished, all the edges, so there's no way you can get cut. I usually put the back door in first. There's a front door and a back door. What you do is you slide it up into the back track, all the way up, and then down. And then I just move that over. Take the next door and slide it up into the front track. Slide it down into the bottom rail. There. And there you go. The doors are flexible and you just pull them this way. We decided not to put any doorknobs or drill any holes in there because it doesn't look good. This way you have an unobtrusive view. You don't have this big old knob here. They're very easy to slide. Your birds can't slide it though because of the position of the force. There's probably been over 1,000 cages made in over 20 years and birds have never been able to actually slide the doors open. If you're worried about your children or something sliding them open, there is slide locks that are available just like in a jewelry store. And these slide locks work well. By opening one door, you have a half access to the cage. By opening both doors or taking them out, if you want to do a very major cleaning, you just lift up and down. Take the other door, lift up and out, and now you have total access into the cage. It really works out very well, the door construction of this kind. A couple other things I want to just quickly go over is, number one, if the feeder is in here, I don't have a feeder on me at the moment, but it just slides into the large hole, and there's a little piece of Velcro here that holds it depending on which style feeder you get. You can add food, etc. from the outside. You also can request to have them installed on the right hand side of the cage. Left is standard, but it's not a problem. We also can put in different placements. We even have nest boxes that can be installed if you're nesting and stuff that actually will mount onto the sides of the cages. The water bottle itself connects with a little piece of Velcro and just slides into this hole right here. See the spout right here? And it's next to the feeder. I also recommend that, like when you install the perches that you receive, You might want to install one of them right between where the water and the feeder is. That way the bird can sit on his perch, or a little below, I should say. It depends on your bird, how big his torso is and feathers, but all that explained in the decorating video. This also can be mounted with screws if you are good with working with drills and stuff. As I said, check that, you get your drill bit, etc. Velcro comes already on it, but it's marine-based Velcro that's even waterproof. The fan system is very simple. 4 pieces of Velcro here. You just peel the 4 pieces off and then align this circle of holes exactly with the back circle right here. You just place it there. And the beauty of this is your bird's feathers can't get stuck in these holes. The pad is washable. You pull it out, wash it. It's carbon impregnated for odors, and it filters out all the dander. And you can buy replacement pads that you cut in 5x5 squares at any pet shop, which is explained to you in the literature that comes with the unit. But it's that simple. Once a unit's built, it's always built, obviously. Once the top and bottom are solvent cemented on, it's never able to be broken down. But this way you have a very solid cage. If it was mechanically assembled completely, it could easily loosen up and come apart. Please, if you have any questions, give us a call. The number's on the literature, and we'll guide you through whatever aspect you want. But generally, most people are able to put this unit together in 5 to 10 minutes. Then you wait an hour and it takes just a couple of minutes. And then you decorate it. Decorate it very heavy with a lot of perches, manzanita, different toys. Birds love a good time. Thank you very much for listening to this, and please call if you have any trouble. Thank you.